So as many of you know already, yesterday a riot broke out in Washington, D.C. Trump supporters stormed the Capitol building. One woman was shot dead. 3 people in total are dead from just medical, emergencies throughout the day. The news agencies went wild with it. Everyone went wild with it. If you're a Republican and you're defending this nonsense, I hope you know it's the wrong move to make right now, because nobody's going to vote R for the next 20 years after yesterday. What you did to that party is a disgrace. You let, these conspiracy theories run too wild. You were fooled. A lot of these people were fooled into believing lies that just aren't true. That's why a lot of them were there yesterday. A lot of those people were misguided. A lot of those people had other intentions. A lot of those people intended to overthrow the government. Now, the point is, this has been building up for years. The fact of the matter is that this has been pretty much planned out in the open for the past month. I've seen it on the internet. Many of my friends have seen it on the internet. A lot of people I know have seen it on the internet. And nothing was done about it. Nobody talked about it. The news didn't cover it. Nothing was done to prevent this from getting out of hand, when they knew all these people were coming to DC for about a month, talking about 1776, overthrowing the government, violence, just nonsense like that, all over the internet for the past few weeks. And nobody did anything about it. Nobody was prepared. The National Guard wasn't prepared. They weren't even deployed. They were told this did not even show up. And on top of it, you got the cops letting the people right into the Capitol grounds so they could storm the building. So, what's going on here? I'll tell you what's going on here. Somebody wants us, the American people, to hate each other, to beat on each other. They want the whites to hate the blacks. They want the blacks to hate the whites. They want the Spanish to hate the blacks. They want the blacks to hate the Spanish. They want the whites to hate the Asians. They want the Asians to hate the whites. They want everybody to hate each other. Who's doing it? I don't know. It could be the president. It could be the United States government. It could be the intelligence agency, CIA. It could be the news media. It could be someone with a lot of power and a lot of money. You just think, activist billionaire. Or it could be something as simple as foreign adversaries. But somebody wants us to beat and fight on each other. Why? Because it weakens our standing in the world. It makes us look bad. It makes us look like a joke. Now, someone made a whole video on Instagram talking about how we look like an embarrassment to the world. And I would, for the most part, agree with that. Yesterday was an embarrassment to the world, if not a super embarrassment to the American people. It was a disgrace to hardworking people like you, I, the viewers, anyone watching this. It was a disgrace to you. It should offend you. We don't have another country to run to when this one burns itself to the ground. So we really need to do a better job and not feed into whatever they're trying to feed us. We can't feed into the hate. We gotta just ignore it now. We gotta let it go. We gotta move on. We gotta learn to get along with each other, because somebody's obviously attacking us, our society, our nation, whether it's an assault by the government, by the president, by a foreign adversary, by an activist billionaire. It doesn't matter who's doing it. The news, they want us to hate each other. Because you got one side of the aisle believing the other side is evil. You got the left thinking the right's evil. You got CNN, MSNBC, Vox, BuzzFeed, all these sites brainwashing their audience. And on the right, you got Newsmax, America First, or what's that, OAN, whatever, America One, whatever. You got Fox, and then they're brainwashing their side. So you got two brainwashed sides thinking the other side's evil. And then they're gonna clash. They haven't clashed yet, but we've seen one side lash out against the police over the summertime, burn down cities and whatnot. And then yesterday we saw the other side take siege to our capital. Neither one of them is appropriate. It makes our country look bad, but it's feeding right into the hands of whoever wants us to do this to each other. Now, like, I got into an argument on Instagram with some moron, low IQ loser in the comments. And he was telling me this doesn't happen all over the world. This is an embarrassment to the world. This doesn't happen anywhere else. And he listed New Zealand, Sweden, Norway, and Australia, or something along those lines. Some of these countries, he listed 4 countries, 4 small countries that don't even equate to like California in size of population. He listed those 4 countries and said they don't do stuff like this. I said, what about the other 190 countries? History is filled with bloodshed. The United States has slavery, it has Jim Crow, it has ugly atrocities. Germany, they had the Holocaust, they had Nazi Germany. Russia had the Soviet Union. You got Egypt, Libya, Syria, Ukraine, all these countries going through political upheavals in the past 10 years, similar to what happened yesterday. You got China doing their thing. They got their thumb down on Hong Kong. There's things going on all over the world. The United Kingdom at one point had 90% of the world under their power. History is filled with siege and bloodshed, and we should be learning from it, not repeating it. But instead, people want to blame each other instead of look for the solution. Like after yesterday, people just want to blame whoever's responsible for it. We know who's responsible for it. We need to get on the solution so we don't destroy our country that we all have to live in for the rest of our lives. If you want to stay safe, you want to stay peaceful, you got to drop the rhetoric now. You got to stop hating your neighbor. You got to realize that we're under attack by some sort of enemy, an unseen enemy. We don't know who it is. They're attacking us, our spirit, everything everybody stands for. Doesn't matter if you're on the right or the left or in the middle. It don't matter what side you're on. They're attacking you and your values and making you feel angry. Don't feed into it. One of my favorite YouTubers, he made a tweet yesterday. This guy makes wacko content. He makes stuff that isn't news related. So when I see him tweet this, you knew he was joking, but in my head I'm like, the guy's right. He said, if they can do this to the Capitol, what's gonna stop ISIS from doing that when they show up? And ISIS is gone, they're obliterated, but he's got a point. What happens when a foreign enemy shows up? We're gonna be able to do nothing to stop it. Now the whole world sees that. They see us as weak. They see us as easily breakable. They see us as easily infiltrated. They see us as a country that is in turmoil. And if you think that whoever isn't planning this isn't going to strike soon, they are. Our dollar's about to collapse. We printed more money than we had in circulation this year. Nothing looks good for our future. This is all part of some kind of big plan that I really know nothing about. I don't know who's pulling the strings. I don't know who's starting this. I don't know who's going to finish it. I don't know what the end is. But we all need to band together as Americans, as people that love where they live, they love their families. We need to learn how to treat each other with respect. No matter what race you're from, sexuality, what you identify as, you got to learn that you're under attack. I'm under attack. You're under attack watching this video. Your parents, everybody that's born in America, that lives in this country, if you immigrated here, doesn't matter where you come from, you're under attack. If you fled to this country seeking asylum from political violence, you came to the wrong country at the wrong time, because this is heading down a bad path and we need to reverse course. We need to all just agree. Yesterday was a disgrace. It shouldn't have happened. It can't happen again. I like how Congress, when they rejoined last night, they were just talking about how of a disgrace it was, Democrats and Republicans, and they dropped their rhetoric last night. It was like a moment where the government realized that everything they've been spouting off for the past 4 years is rearing its ugly head now, and they have to drop the rhetoric. We need to drop the rhetoric. We need the news media to drop the rhetoric. We need us all to get along. We need to stop fighting over a virus that obviously is not going away anytime soon, no matter what we do to stop it. It's here to stay. We need to learn that some people are stupid, and we just gotta let them be stupid. You can't win them all. And that's what the Trump supporters need to know. You can't win them all. But you could have won the next election. You could have won in 2024. You could have won in 2022. But now you're not going to because of the stunt you pulled yesterday. So you really need to sit there and think about what you did to your future, as well as the country's future and our standing in the world. All of you that showed up yesterday in DC and raided the Capitol building should be ashamed of yourself. A four-tour war veteran is dead. That's the other thing I'm seeing everywhere. They didn't have, where are the rubber bullets at? Where's the tear gas? They're not tear gassing these people. They're not shooting them with rubber bullets. I was seeing that all over the internet yesterday. If they were black, they would be shooting them with rubber bullets and tear gassing them. It's not true. Because they are white, they brought the real bullets out. One lady was shot to death. I seen the video. She was blown backwards. Someone shot her. Capitol Police shot her. 3 other people died yesterday from medical emergencies. No matter what city was burned down in the summertime, the cops didn't shoot anyone with live ammunition. Now, you can't sit here and the girl stormed, she was trying to rush the hallway. Of course, she was probably going to get shot. I hate to say it. And it's a shame people lost lives yesterday. But it was a bad stunt. People shouldn't have showed up. People shouldn't have taken part in it. And the cops, for some reason, let them in. And that's why I believe that this whole thing was orchestrated, because this was playing out in the open for a month and nobody did anything about it. Nobody decided to stop it. Nobody wanted extra security. Nobody wanted anything done about yesterday until it was too late. And now we're suffering the consequences. Everyone's out there on the internet talking about it. This is the only video I'm gonna make about it. We need to grow up, we need to move on, and we need to get along in order for us to survive as a safe country. If not, we're gonna be war-torn, we're gonna have violence, and you're gonna have destruction like you've never seen before. And I'm not using rhetoric. This is obviously what's going to happen. People have been saying the Civil War is going to happen for years. The tensions keep getting higher. Stop putting your nose at it and turning a blind eye to what's going on. Wake up and pay attention. Don't feed into the nonsense. Move on with your life. Show everyone some respect and be nice to your neighbor. That's all for today. Have a good one, guys. You know, it was a disgrace.